Here we go with another 2v2. Me as Terran as always. I'm sticking with just Terran until I get halfway good with them. I've got a Protoss as an ally and we're going against Zerg and Protoss. We're in the top left, blue and red. Thank you for my 4 subscribers. You guys keep me going. Hopefully more people will subscribe. And even if they don't, it doesn't matter because I'm going to keep doing these because I quite enjoying it. So, this was an interesting one. I've done like loads of cuts on this one as well. First time playing around with stuff like that. I've sped this up because it's a little bit boring. Here's our enemy Protoss down here and our enemy Zerg. Just doing typical defense, nothing too interesting. But I wanted to show some at the beginning anyway. Zerg's going for third base already. Protoss has just started building it. I see some Stargates, so I think we're going to see a lot more of that. Void Rays here, and in a little bit we're going to see them move up, which is going to be really annoying. And this is them if I just cut them in here, so you can see them attack my third, which I made really late. Take out a siege tank, which is terribly annoying. But the Marines scare them away, which is quite good. I was having a little play around on the unit for unit little settings to see how I can better defeat Void Rays and carriers. I'm really leaning into 10 Marines right now, and I really want to see if I need to move more stuff into Vikings or Thors, which are much better at killing them. My ally pushes them away and gets a little kill, and I jump back here and you can see that the guy's going for carriers, which will be a pain. As I said, I need to do some more unit testing to see what's really good. I lean into Thors a little bit more against carriers, but I also quite like doing my bio ball. It's something that I'm good at. I'm sitting, I guess, around a gold league, but I'm going to have to start playing around a little bit more with unit compositions if I want to push any higher than that. So rebuild my third. As you see, Zerg have moved their army up there. I'm probably moving around quite a lot just to look for everyone. We've got gold base popping up and more carriers coming out as well, so he's really going spendy on that one, which is fine. Move up here and you're going to see the armies converging a little bit. Zerg are about ready. They're spreading creep quite nicely. My army's down here. I've got my siege tanks, which will do quite well against these guys. We've got roaches and ravagers and such. A little bit of hydras. That gold base not quite up yet. And here we go, as our first engagement. They kind of shy away. I do a scam, which is kind of pointless. Do a little bit of creep clearing. And you can see here we're trying to decide what's going to go on, and we start going for it. I've got a couple of Thors, nice little stim. My army ends up turning on the carriers now, as I really want to focus on them. Did they? Yeah, I think I probably wasn't doing an attack properly there because they were going for the weren't going for the carriers directly. So carriers do kind of die, and the Zerg army I think it's actually taken a lot of hits from my siege, and that softens them up, especially that immortal from the Protoss. But we do end up winning this engagement. Zerg get taken out, the Void's coming back up, but they get scared away again. Move down here, as you can see there's a bit of a zealot rush, which my ally did really well. I siege up that siege tank, remember him for later. So we just jump back and you can see the zealots run down, they ignore the Zerg army, and they just start taking apart that eco. So that's really good. As I said, my Protoss ally definitely higher MMR than I am. And whilst that whole battle's going up there, these guys just completely take apart that Protoss base. So by the time we come down, all those probes are gone, so that was really good. As I said, put my siege tank up there, and he starts shelling down there. If I remember correctly, the Protoss, however, have their gold base up right now. But Protoss try and come back. Carriers they don't do very well here. Again, they get taken out. We've just got a bit too much. So Protoss back down to 3 base. Zerg on 3, I think. And we kind of bang our head against this wall. And then really go for it. Nice little offensive stalker movement there, stalker blink. Few hydras, we kind of just take them apart again. So far everything's going quite well. The zealots like moving in there nicely, bit of stuff stepping for those roaches. I've got my reinforcement marines coming up, because at this point I'm just like pushing out loads of marines basically, hoping to keep that momentum up. Up here the zealots did a little bit of run by, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. So the Protoss have rebuilt some carriers. I think this is the bit where I essentially lose all my forces to try and pick off any carriers I can, but completely unsuccessful. And the zealots up here just taking out some lava. Meanwhile, my guys are down here attacking the gold, hopefully put some pressure on him, and it looks like my ally is just going to fight this and hopefully mop that up. Those Zealots are just attacking the lava down there. My guys are going for the gold again still. This will push Ronin back to 2 bases. Thor for the win here, just firing that refinery. Probably could use him to better use, but do you know what? Take that refinery out, that's important to me. I've changed my mind. Don't need Thor for the carriers, he's there for the refineries. We've now got 6 stargates, so he's pumping out carriers, but he's going to struggle with just 2 bases. So I think he would need more bases for that. Thankfully we found that gold. That could have been really annoying if you just kept pumping out carriers using that gold. And I moved back just to show you very quickly the Zealot run by, but the Zerg's pretty good. He ends up pulling all his drones down, which is why he oversaturates his second, and that's why you kind of just see the Zealots slowly taking apart lava. A few drones here. These couple of drones get stuck up there, unfortunately for them. But overall, those Zealot runs were really good actually. So I just moved back here so you could just jump to forward even, just so we don't have to spend too much time rewatching the same thing. So again, these Stalkers just trying to take out some carriers. As I said, I think at this point, we're running 3 bases, these guys are running 2, and carriers are very expensive on just 2 bases. I know you can do it early game, but at this point of the game I think they're probably potentially too expensive to run, because when he loses one of them, that's a lot of resources down the drain. It likes pulling them back to that rally point, I noticed. I think this is probably Silver League. I'm probably Silver League. I mean, I'm just having a quick look at my economy. Everything seems to be ticking over alright. My ally's doing much better than me. He's got loads of warp gates. There's my Thor coming in real slowly. Trot along. And that siege tank. So, I ended up going back and watching this because I wasn't quite sure what happened there. And yeah, this observer just sees that creep tumor and my siege tank, which I completely forgot to unsiege. That's his kill for the day. He's staying there. He's just, watching the back. That's absolutely fine. Very Silver League move from me. They obviously don't have any detections. They don't know that we can see it. And this is where we kind of do our final attack and really converge on them. Really nice aggressive blink there. Zealot run by. I say run by. Zealot run and do a really good job here. My Thor lazily comes up. I actually probably blocked my Marines. Here's the last carrier push. And that's the end of that for these guys. GG. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and look forward to the next video. Thanks very much.